Live from Hollywood, it's Girls Gone Geek.
Six young women and a man find themselves going on a journey through time that can only be found in the Twilight Zone.
It is good to be back. Welcome to Girls Gone Geek, the show. And in case you hadn't guessed, our theme this episode is time travel. We'll also be talking about visual effects and sci-fi makeup. Ariel and Selena took some field trips to the Asylum and SNG studios to get a look behind the scenes at what goes into the movie-making process. Ian will be around with the Nerd Alert, giving us the latest on what's new and nerdy. And our street team headed to Atlanta, where they gave an Xbox One to the winner of the G3 cosplay contest. I love presents. And speaking of presents, or should I say the present, let's talk time travel. Woo! Cool. All right. All right, staple of the sci-fi genre, what is your favorite time travel movie?
I'm torn between Donnie Darko and all of the Futurama movies.
Yeah. Oh, touche. Nice. Futurama is a good choice. I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna stay true to my Harry Potter heart and say The Prisoner of Azkaban, because how clever was that film? I just love the way that you saw it happening and then you saw it again with all those little things that didn't quite make sense, and then they picked up on it. I thought it was wonderful. And I love Harry, of course.
Time travel is one of my favorite genres, so it's hard to pick just one. I'll go with 12 Monkeys, but also I'm gonna put an obscure one out there. It's actually a TV series called Being Erica. It is a Canadian TV series, and the conceit of it is that time travel is used as therapy. She gets to visit a moment in her past that she needs to take a look at and redo and decide if she's gonna handle it the same way or differently.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say the Back to the Future series,
Nice.
which also is a little bittersweet because now all of those movies have taken place in the past.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. There's actually the same amount of time between now and when the movies first came out as when the movies came out in the 80s and when they went back to the 50s.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Mind blown already.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
On that note, though, my shoes are still not tying themselves.
Time travel movies stress me the fuck out.
Why?
Because if you go back, you will ruin everything. You've got to go forward. That is what I have learned from every time travel movie, TV show, what have you. Go forward. There's a new show on Hulu called Future Man that I really love. It's hysterical and it involves a lot of time travel. And no matter how many times they go back, the event that they're trying to prevent happens anyway. And they just keep messing things up the more times they go back. They leave an iPhone in the 70s. Like, you should watch it. It's hysterical.
All right, so quick survey. If you had the choice to go either to the past or to the future, past or future,
If I could go back and be an objective, invisible observer, where nothing I did affected anything, like to go see the Declaration of Independence being signed, or the Mona Lisa being painted, or something cool like that, I would. But I mean, if I had to pick one, I'd say I would rather go to the future.
If I were to be an invisible observer, probably the past, because I would do something to like screw with things. You know, I'd be like, oh, what if like, you know, I tripped Ben Franklin and like, you know, just like, I don't know. As long as it's funny. Right?
I think if I'm an invisible observer and nothing I do will affect anything, then yeah, going back to the past. But if I'm not an invisible observer, there's not really a lot of great stuff for people like me in the past, so I would say the future.
got it. Selena?
Yeah, I would definitely say the past. I mean, the future's gonna happen anyway, so might as well check out what we did and what we shouldn't have done.
Is there pizza in the future?
There's always pizza.
It's in the future.
Pizza will live on.
But that brings up another interesting question, which is, you know, in some of the movies we've been talking about, there are different ways of going back and forward. And sometimes it's actually an invention, and that's part of the plot. Sometimes it's an object, like a phone booth or a DeLorean. Right. So if you could pick any object or create a machine, like what would you want to be your device, to your portal to travel?
Something portable. Because I mean, like, then you don't have to leave it somewhere where any idiot could be like, Oh, this is a time machine.
You also, something that you don't need to find fuel for to power it to get back.
That's the axiom of a lot of time travel films, is they happen to conveniently or inconveniently run out of the very rare element that powers said time machine.
Oh no, my unobtainium has gone out of stock. I can't get it at Best Buy.
That seems to be a common problem.
Something I could put in my purse so I could have it practically on me.
Like a tampon.
Yes.
Yes.
Like a tampon.
Think about it this way. And all those devices you named, what they have in common is that they are really obviously not anything normal. Like, I would choose an innocuous object because then someone isn't going to stumble upon my time machine and just use it. You know, if it's securely hidden on my person, then I know where it's at, and unless it's one of my girlfriends, she's probably not going to go digging in my purse for my time machine.
What if somebody in the bathroom asks you for a tampon and you forget that it's your time traveling device?
Then I'm fucked, I guess. I don't know. That's a whole nother movie.
Would it be a specific tampon?
Would it
or
be
would
super?
It be,
Would it be regular?
Oh,
or would it be any tampon? I do think there is something in the idea, though, that maybe like different sizes of tampons would travel you to different places. Like if you're super, there's more fuel, you go farther. If you're
I like that.
light
Nice.
days.
It sounds like a series to
We
me.
need to stop. We need to sell this.
we need to write this shit down.
Time traveling tampon.
All right.
T3.
I think we're onto something.